Welcome back.
Welcome back. So this week I decided to have a little bit of fun because Austin all of a sudden had 4 bar news headlines show up that even made the Austin American Statesman and whatnot. Yep. One of them was we have a axe throwing bar going to start up soon, and actually
Aquaman.
That will lead Jason Momoa here. We're leading breadcrumbs to Jason Momoa coming to Austin. The axe throwing bar, just for those who are curious, is actually going to be BYOB. You
have to have your own supervisor.
You actually have to reserve time.
Who says it's not a good idea to throw this at somebody's head?
Make sure it's somebody who's not going to videotape you the whole entire night either. That just makes it worse.
Guys, we are talking about our geek and bars basically combined, such like that. And we have our special guest, Ari Williams, who's our Fanboy TV social media manager. So, hey, man, welcome to the show.
Hi, I finally get to be in front of the camera, not a phone.
Exactly.
And you're stuck on multiple shows today.
We actually
I didn't sign up for this.
We actually brought Ari on the show because he's actually been to quite a few of the geek bars here in Austin, Texas.
That's a good thing or a problem, depending how you face it.
Exactly.
Well, it depends on how much you're spending.
That's fair.
So with geek bars, I have to say I love that they've increased. I mean, there's also been niche bars that have opened up a week. The Cantina, there was literally a Cantina that opened up a couple weeks ago in San Francisco. There's a TARDIS. There's a Doctor Who bar in Seattle. There's in San Antonio.
Did you guys hear? I can't remember where it exactly is, but I think it's out in Europe or it's US, and it's a bar that is themed like the World War II, and you actually have to do
yes,
like
that
is
in
Europe. I can't remember what it's called.
In Europe,
it's in Iceland.
they have
Iceland.
Yeah, in Europe they have giant inflatable bars that are pop-up bars, and they're inflatables.
Yes.
So rent a bar, go somewhere and get
but
this
it's
inflatable
yes,
thing?
I've seen those.
Like a bouncy house?
Inflatable bouncy house bars.
Oh my God.
I would so be down for that, but the only thing I'd be worried about is when you have your table up and say the whole entire bouncy castle portable bar goes deflating, and then it goes all your liquor.
No,
I don't think it would be a
fine.
problem. It's okay.
Actually, my biggest concern is the smoker who screw you guys, puts it out and then he accidentally sets the bar on fire. Oxygen.
Why would you do that?
It's a theme bar now. It's
I know.
It just
now
became
it's
the
become
escape room.
and now it's become the Hindenburg bar. It's great. It's the humanity.
Oh my God.
So
We're gonna get a lot of problems about that tonight.
but I think what really started all this is the ice bar.
Yes, the
ice
ice
bar.
bars.
The ice
I
bars,
love the ice
yeah.
bar in Vegas.
Yes.
But no, not just the one in Vegas. The one in Iceland that they put up, they carve out of ice in the winter.
Well,
And you
my
can
favorite
actually
one is the one in Vegas.
Isn't it mixed with a hotel type where you can actually
Yes.
sleep in the ice?
Yes.
But yeah.
Actually, it was famously in a
It's-
James Bond movie. So
And
yeah.
it's always booked. You have to book years in advance and such.
Yes.
But
I
yeah,
think
they did use it in the James Bond movie.
They did.
Yes.
Awesome. I was I want to go there.
I like all the theme bars in Japan. They have
Theme bars
anime
in
bars, and they have the guy makes you wear a Monkey D. Luffy hat.
Oh yeah, because I know they do usually do for video game releases. They always do this giant cafe for a few months dedicated
Yes.
to the bar. So I know Persona 5, my all-time favorite. They did I was so sad
Hill's so
because
much
they
better.
did this giant jazz themed bar for the game, and they had everyone dressed up in masks, and I wish I had money.
So and then also and also in Europe, there's they have the Sherlock bar, which they
Yes.
literally have to. You dress up as characters as Sherlock. The main waiter dresses up as Benedict Cumberbatch's Sherlock, and it's really cool.
See that's what I was saying about if I ever had a sci-fi bar, it'd be really cool. You just come up and someone's dressed as a Cylon and they're taking your order, or they're dressed
I have no
as
idea what these things are. Stormtroopers.
space pirate captain or
I
Can it
Babylon
be
5 or
like-
whatever this is.
Can it be Treasure Planet?
Yes! Oh my gosh, yes!
How
That
about
would
we-
be
how about-
amazing!
how about we do-
Please, let this happen. My dream of childhood will come true.
Treasure
then
Planet
maybe
bar.
Jeff-
I am a little too
blow
excited
off.
about this, but I think it would be awesome.
Treasure Planet bar.
Treasure Planet Bar.
How
It's
about-
fancy and sci-fi.
It's more
What?
like ripping off a great literary piece of literature, but fine, we can go with that either way.
Hey.
Isn't everything
was
like a
hot.
ripoff of great literature?
Yeah.
I'm
Nowadays,
just
Pocky-
saying. I'm just saying when you get Treasure Island and you
Pocky-
add space aliens to it,
It's amazing.
I gotta say, one of my bars I really, really do miss. It was back in Las Vegas. Was when they had the Star Trek little attraction.
It would be you.
Oh yeah, but it was seriously, they had characters go through a Ferengi, a Klingon, and they would be full on
know
in
what a
character.
Klingon is?
They had the Borg Queen at once, and it terrified the
that
crap out of
is?
me. So I ran to the transporter and got on the ship, and then next thing you know, the Borg are invading a starship, and I was terrified because I was a wee little one who was only 12 years old.
I think for them,
So-
that was like 2 a.m. like last call, like scare everybody to get out of the bar. think
I
that's
would do
probably
like a
what-
Silent Hill bar.
So
We're gonna do a Silent
so
Hill
what
bar then.
what did you guys?
Silent Hill bar.
There wasn't. There's one.
Yes.
There's
Get
one
your
in
radio,
Japan.
get your
Then
flashlight.
no, there's a Silent Hill restaurant,
Can you-
and
all right,
like
if-
everything
if-
looks so grody. Oh my god, it
If
looks
it is
gross.
a Silent Hill bar, can every single drink have like some kind of weird like gunk in it just to get that feel?
Okay, so in
the
Japan,
janitor,
they have a
the
silent.
janitor who's like
That's from the movie.
with like
Yeah.
the.
He wasn't an actual character.
But still, no, he can still be in. He can still
I
be in
know,
the bar.
I know. He'd still be.
You know,
But
barbed
no,
wire,
they
just
have
like,
a they
hey,
have a
here's your
Silent
drink,
Hill
kid.
restaurant,
That's
and everything looks like it is
Hellraiser.
molded and grody.
No, it's
No,
Silent
it's
Hill.
Silent Hill. The
Oh, that's
janitor.
right.
Remember, he's
Oh,
like
His name's
all
Carl.
crawling out of the
Oh.
like.
Carl the janitor,
Oh,
who
wait,
was
was-
also wind up playing Pyramid Head, and so when he was walking around on set in the Pyramid Head costume, it didn't have a back, so you'd hear all the women giggling because all you saw was his butt cheeks.
butt cheeks.
I caught myself that time.
So what do you guys think, Lee? I mean, they've gotten really popular, even more so now so than ever. I mean, the fact that Austin has like 4 of them, as an example.
Yes.
We have Vigilante, which sadly could not be here because they have so many events going on right now. They're so packed. We totally would love to come, but we can't because this is our hottest hour. And it's like when you can't come do free press, it's like that's how busy you are.
Yeah,
It's
and
awesome.
And we're not holding
You know
that
you're
against them
busy.
by any
Oh
way.
no,
No,
we
good
adore
for
them.
you,
I
boo.
love
Oh,
that
yeah.
bar because
you.
when you go, they have these little things where it's a knob. You can hit it, and then actually above you, there's each table is a different little gaming symbol above them, and it comes up and it tells your waitress, "Oh, hey, they need service." And then there's
Is
something
is
called
there like a Mario
a
box?
secret passageway somewhere that I will not tell you about, but you should go to the bar and check it out. Vigilante Bar.
Jeffrey's
Yeah,
gonna
so
take
every
me.
month
So
in
what-
advance.
Jeffrey's gonna take me.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you guys think has led to such a rise of gaming bars? I mean,
Nerdy
across the
people?
world. I mean, we're not excited.
Nerdy people.
Here,
Exactly.
let's start with Ari. on
The
this
rise
one.
of nerds.
Ari.
So one of the things I really do appreciate about these geek bars is that, sometimes like I just want to go out for a drink, but I don't want to I want to do something, like I want to get out of the house, I just want to go have a drink, enjoy some games, just things like that. Clubs are nice and all, but sometimes you just really want a freaking beer. You just
Yeah.
really want a cocktail. And so the best thing about this is that you can get communities of people together, especially when it comes to, board games, for example, like Vigilante. You can get these board games together, sit down, have a drink, and have a good time, and it's just so relaxing. And it feels like everyone's speaking the same language. Everybody is, just there to have a great time, like after work or on the weekend. It's like you look forward to that.
Yeah.
Like bars and clubs are nice and all, but you go to a bar awkwardly, talking to the bartender, hey, can I only pay $2 for this beer? No, that's just so weird.
Ugh.
So what about you?
I'm not a big bar person because Jill is allergic to beer, so I don't get to go.
Aw.
I know she's allergic to
That's
hops,
okay.
so I don't get to
Wow.
go out to bars very often.
Cider, just drink cider.
Most cider has hops in it
Why?
because they're terrible people,
like
and she's allergic to it.
It's like everything with gluten.
Allergies.
So I have the unfortunate. We don't go out and do that very much, and when we do, we like to go to themed places. I mean, we're big nerds. Anytime there's a themed thing that pops up, we make costumes for it. We go out. My favorite was did the Harry Potter party at the bar I guess it was back in October. They did a Harry Potter party at a bar, and we went in, and everybody was dressed up in line. We felt like we were back at a Harry Potter book release. There was nerds as far as the eye can
man.
see. We were
Ironic-
wrapped around the blocks.
So hilariously, those people were probably the same people that stood in line with you at the book signing.
They
signing.
probably
That could be a possibility.
Actually, 4 of them I do remember seeing at Cursed Child
All right, I'm
in
gonna
the
skip.
same costume.
I'm gonna skip me. You go.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
yes.
so go last.
I'm gonna say it the best for last because of the beard, and I can't grow.
He's
That
the
beard
bearded
holds
bar.
stories.
I literally can't grow crab. I can grow a goatee.
The bearded
that's it.
bar.
Everything else is just where else does it go?
Whatever.
Anyways,
boobs.
I really like gaming bars because you're just able to go out, have a lot of fun. You're in the same community that people, like you were saying, the same language and such like that. And I've seen people who dress up and it doesn't phase the people who work there. They're like, hey, that's cool, awesome. And you get some more people talking and such. And the really nice thing is that you can go out instead of being in the house, because there's a lot of people who do like getting out. Go out, play a board game, have a beer, eat some food, and just have a good time and just relax. And being in the atmosphere, especially if it's themed, that's where I think you can really get a really good interaction with the whole entire place.
Red Dragon Inn bar. Just saying.
Emerald Tavern.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that works.
Let's do this, Jeffrey.
Subliminal advertising.
So,
Good job.
We've
Hey,
heard
this is
one
places
bo-
that we really
also,
like.
We also did one board game and one. Okay, so yeah, we're awesome. So here's my thought: is the geeks have gotten older, like
Yeah.
and like
We're not
about
little
my
kids anymore.
We're not little kids,
But remember,
I mean,
we've gotten older, but there's still another generation coming in that's starting to pick up on what we're doing,
right,
which
right,
is really great.
But I'm gonna go. I have to say, I have to pull my old man card. I am actually older than I think everyone at this.
Everybody.
well, you do have a
same-
few grays in there.
Yes, thank you for
you're,
pointing
you're
that
turning
out.
gray.
Thank you. I have fingers for all of you. But it's
one little ship.
get off my lawn. Get off my show.
Get off my board game.
Stoop kid's afraid to leave his stoop.
All of our show.
Actually,
Anyways,
as an example, Stoop Kid.
Stoop kid's
Stoop
afraid
Kid
to
would
leave
be in
his
his
stoop.
30s.
so
I know,
what,
right?
so about your what
Yeah.
would be
But what
like
I
your
was
whole
gonna say-
thing about going to gaming bars and
But
such?
no. But I was gonna say was the kids from the '80s are now old enough to be businessmen. They are. They've gone to school. They've done their education, and they probably wanted to go to the bars. But when you want to go to a bar, you want to feel comfortable because bars, you have to be comfortable to be willing to spend money. Like that's the big thing. And they probably went to some of these bars. It's like I don't dude bro. I don't sports ball. I want to talk about video games. I want to talk about movies and not be looked at as the weird one for doing it.
Okay.
And it's like, okay,
agree.
how about we get some other nerd investors and we start a bar? And then out of nowhere, there are now 900 bars.
Bars everywhere.
I would definitely, yeah, I like the 80s, but also there's a lot of 90s kids coming in now too.
Right.
doing
I'm
this.
sorry, I'm a 90s kid.
Right. But I'm saying
Yeah.
the 80s because some of these bars are really older. Like the Doctor Who
No, I
one's been around
understand,
for
but
10
there's a
years.
lot of them that are starting to come
Right.
up now. Like you get the Vigilante Bar, which just got created,
Right.
and those guys over there have created such a great atmosphere, and they have
Yeah.
like every single night that's themed and such. I just really, overall, really enjoy the atmospheres that the gaming bar communities have actually created, and now they're theming them. You got the Doctor Who, you got the World War II, you got fantasy base, you got sci-fi base. I mean, you even got horror base, and I want to. We got to go to that one
We're doing
sometime.
it.
So
And they're
the other thing is with millennials, the people who are just now
Don't
hitting-
use that word.
No,
We don't use that. That's a dirty phrase.
No,
That is
no.
a horrible phrase.
No. Hear me out. Shush. The ones who are turning 21 or who have been 21 for a little while, they want more for their money. The average millennial is a good thing.
We're all broke.
We're all broke. We want more for our money.
That's why
So
we
why
can't
do you
buy
go to
avocado
When he
vigilantes?
says millennial, he means geek. The average geek.
Well, no.
We,
average
spend,
geek.
we spend money on everything else.
Exactly.
Too much
So,
avocados.
as an example,
Too
you
much
go to
avocados.
some of these
Fresh
places.
avocado.
You go to some of these bars that are geek bars. They just don't serve nachos, tacos, and pretzels. They
No.
serve a lot of other.
Nachos.
They have the nachos, but they have geek-based
That's
nachos.
that's
But
more
hold-
of a sports bar that you're talking about.
But
though.
no, but I'm talking about like with Vigilante and with a couple other ones. They have a
Emerald
menu.
Tavern and everything.
Yeah,
they
Emerald
actually have
Tavern.
a menu.
You
and they
have a menu.
Theme
where if-
menus too.
Right.
Because they want you
But-
to sit there and relax.
Right.
Yeah,
if you
relax
go to
and
like
enjoy
let's-
yourself.
like if you go
Kind
to
of
the
like
Jackalope.
what Alamo does their themed menu.
Right. But as an example, like the
Yeah.
Jackalope or a couple of the other bars, you have wings, nachos, and beer and pretzels.
I'm sure-
There's most of them you're there to get drunk.
Shameless plug. I like.
I
Old
wouldn't
School Bar
say
and Grill.
necessarily
Yes,
there to
steak.
get drunk.
Oh.
They're there to go have a good time with their friends and family that they're with, and doing whatever they do. But we're talking about more of a gaming bars here.
Right,
Gaming
right.
bars also they have those same comedies that everything else brings
But they
together.
have more. The gaming bars
do have
actually
more,
have
yes.
games. So when you go, you spend your, let's say, $12, a beer and some food, and you spend
play a
about
board
12
You
game or
play a
two.
You
board
play
game.
right. But why would you go out and do it? Because you're getting the environment. That's what I'm saying.
You're
It's-
getting the human interaction that
Right.
you don't get at home.
Exactly.
right, and that's what I'm saying.
and
Is
you're being in a
it-
community that
but
respects
you also-
and relates with you.
Right, but you also are getting more for your money because you feel
Sure.
that I went and spent $12, but I also spent 3 hours playing like Last Night on Earth, or I played Cards Against Humanity with
Yes.
5 people while getting drunk.
Which
And
is
it's like-
better drunk.
What's right?
Cards
So much
Against
better.
Disney was fantastic.
Right,
by the
but that's what
way.
I'm saying.
Goodbye,
Like
childhood.
people, geeks in general, if you look at conventions and whatnot, we like it when we spend our money and we spend it on both entertainment and we get more for what we feel we spent.
We
If
also
I
like
if
those
I buy
stuffs.
if I buy a Coke, and Jack,
Uh-huh.
and let's say a hamburger and just a regular
I wouldn't
Coke because I just want a soda, and I spent like, let's say $15, and I spent 2.5 hours playing board games with my wife and let's say some friends, I feel that's a better spend than, let's say, going to the Jackalope or going to Chili's even. Because even though I have food,
I wouldn't want to say that, just going to a certain bar. The
Right,
Jackalope, I enjoyed the Jackalope.
no, but the only reason I say Jackalope is because I remember that one.
That's okay.
I
Well,
like
let's
old
go ahead
school.
and try not to say something like that. Let's go ahead and try to name, just like generic bars in
Right.
general. It is gaming bars is something that you can go to. You're completely right there. It's something more creativity. There's something that you be more interactive.
You also get more for your money.
Exactly. You do
I
get
like
more for
going
your
out
money.
in costume and seeing the look on people's faces.
Right.
Yes.
but-
That's
And the
my
really nice
favorite thing to
that's
do.
one thing I really do like is like if people do dress up and they go to gaming bars or they go to a theme costume party night that they have going on, it's something that other people can relate to. I could talk to, hey, that's a really great outfit. Did you make it yourself? How did you make it? This and this and this. And it gets the interaction, the human interaction, like you said, that you don't get when you are at your
Easy
own
networking.
place.
It's very easy networking. That's also a really good thing about not
I love
necessarily
networking.
right. Not only does the gaming bar have to be specifically a gaming bar, but also if you're just a bar who dedicates like a night or two to some kind of gaming event, that's just really good business.
It is.
I remember I went
You
to
get the
Vegas this
money.
past Christmas and I went to a gay bar there. And they had a night where they did nothing but Smash Brothers. And they said that was like their most busy night in the whole entire week because it's just a whole bunch of like gay nerds getting together just to play Smash Brothers. And
Smash
of course,
Bros.
And it's nice because it also brings two communities in together
Exactly.
that can relate with one another.
same with the Iron Bear here in Austin, because we also have the Austin Gamer Group who goes off and they do their Monday gaming nights there at Iron Bear, and it's always slammed packed because people want to go play video games, meet other people, and just have a really good time.
Yeah, the hardball and I'm trying to remember the other Alamo Draft House bar that's up in Lakeline.
Oh,
That one, don't worry about it. But they have Geeks Who Drink, and Geeks
Yes.
Who Drinks all through
Love
Austin.
that one.
Yeah, but they're awesome because it's geek trivia. And it's great.
Nerdy paint and sips. Let's do
So
this.
before we have to get wrapping up,
but remember, there are geek bars out there, gaming bars and such that you can bring your family to, that you can bring your friends who are not 20, that are under 21, that can still have a good time.
Right.
what's the one that serves pretzels? I'm trying to like the bread pretzels, like the
That's
on
that's
4th Street, 5th Street.
That's
Yeah.
a lot
I
of
only
bars.
go on 6th Street.
No, like they
Honey.
make their own. They
We
make their
forgot,
own.
I'm sorry.
They make their own pretzels.
I have no idea, but
Okay.
that's for another topic.
So no, I was gonna say that one. So we're gonna wrap up. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Ari, for being on the
Thank
show,
you.
and we
Thank
hope
you
you
for
enjoyed
joining
it.
We'll
me
see
on
you.
here. I guess we
We'll see
will.
you next show.
Oh,
So
God.
Ari does our pre-show.
Pre-show,
It's really
pre-show.
big, So thing.
Anyways.
Right now is going to be next up is our top 10 list. Sorry.
Anyways, guys, stay tuned. We got a top 10. We hope you enjoyed. And this is about gaming. If you want to know anything else, go ahead and message us through fanboytv.com. Stay tuned.